Yo, we back. We back. I told you we'd be back. Big Chase, Mancave101 Podcast, hanging out with my bro, Kalo K, my man Leo. What's up, Leo, bro?
What's going on, people? What's going on? We got a good one for you tonight.
We got the heat today, baby. Listen, man, we told you it's our artist spotlight. We talked to the hottest content creators and the legends of this industry that we love so much. Man, listen, so first things first, do not forget to check in with us live every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, Mancave101 Podcast. We're going to be talking about all your nerdy news, the comics you should have, what you don't have, why you don't have them, why you should watch certain movies. If you haven't seen our breakdown on that flop, The Flash, guess what? You better go check that out, bro.
Yeah, that's a good one, boy. That's a good one.
We talk some ish on that one, you heard? But back to what we're doing tonight, man. We got a very special guest, man, a legend of this industry. You probably see some of the artwork in the back there. Listen, we're gonna bring forth a gentleman who is really a gentleman. I've met him several times. He's always been a good guy and whatnot. The legendary Keith Williams. Welcome to Mancave101 Podcast.
Hey, what's going on?
Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, listen, we just happy to have you here, bro. we really are. So first things first, we always ask everybody, how did you get started in this industry? When did you get started in this industry?
Wow. About 40 years ago. I was like 1982. By that time, yeah.
I told you he was a legend. Did I tell you he was a legend? You thought I was kidding. I told you he was a legend. 40 years in this industry. Okay.
Yeah. And I started out actually as a background inker. So I was inking everything but the figure work. Got my first job from Don Perlin, who was an artist and an art director at Marvel. He did things like Werewolf by Night, Ghost Rider, Transformers, things like that. And his son actually introduced me to him, and I showed him my samples that I did. From the Marvel tryout book that they had with John Romita Jr.'s Blue Lines.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Sounds legendary, don't it?
You talking about John Romita Sr.? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds legendary, don't it? Okay.
Well,
I thought I was
it was lucky that he liked my stuff. And he showed me a few pointers along the way. Unfortunately, he lived pretty nearby, so I was able to go over and visit him. I was working as a paraprofessional, and he called me up and asked me if I was interested in doing background inking, and I said, "Yeah, sure." It was a way to get my foot into the door at Marvel, and I snapped that up right away. So I started doing background inking over with Mike Esposito, who was the inker at the time, over Ron Frenz's pencils on Marvel Team Up.
Wow!
Oh, wow!
Way back, yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I did that for a whole bunch of issues. It was a great learning experience, because I was actually looking at the inkers, like how he would ink the figures, and the feeling of depth,
right.
like on a two-dimensional, like a piece of paper.
Okay.
And it was great. And from there, I also decided I had to lose my paraprofessional job because I was doing the inking assignments during the night, and I didn't really get that much sleep. So I was a paraprofessional during the day, working at Marvel during the night, and something I had to give. So when the summer came around, I made my background inking thing my regular gig. I worked with Joe Sennett. I was on the Avengers at that time with Joe Sennett, and Al Milgrom was the penciler, and I was inking over Al Milgrom's backgrounds then. So I was doing Avengers Quinjets and the Mansion. I did a lot of the Mansion.
Now let me know that you have one of those old prints that.
Don't even ask. Don't.
Those penciled ones that got a little bit smudged that you could have sent back, and you still have them there.
In the corner.
In the corner somewhere.
Oh, so painful. No. Being a background anchor though, you don't really get back the pages. They go to the inker and the penciler.
Okay.
When you go back. But like I said, I worked over a lot of different inkers. So you probably seen my stuff, but you wouldn't know that I did it. I worked also for John Byrne. Doing Alpha Flight. Mark Grunwald, who was I think associate editor at the time at Marvel, or one of the big guys up there. He mentioned my name, and I got to work with John on Alpha Flight when he switched over to the Hulk. I worked with him on the Hulk, and that was a great learning experience. Also, it was absolutely amazing. And when he moved over to DC, I worked with him on Action Comics. And an issue of Superman over Terry Austin with Terry Austin as the anchor. That was a great experience, and he also did something that not really like any other like background anchor would get. He actually put my name on the front of the cover along with his. He introduced me inside the Alpha Flight comic book, and I think that really helped me a lot. Moving on.
So wait a minute, I'm sorry. What issue is that?
Oh God, it's who's on the cover? It's a female superhero. I'm trying to remember. She was Native American. Talisman.
Oh, okay. Yes, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I just need to make a notation so when I
exactly when we see you out there, we will have this.
Seeing you soon. We'll be seeing you soon on that. Listen, I tell the audience all the time, man. We talking to people who have done legendary things. Just think of the names that he's just dropped in the last 2 or 3 minutes. The people that he's worked with, I told you, go ahead, bro. You got it.
Also, while doing all this, and it was great because I lived in Brooklyn for most of that time, or Manhattan, and I was able to go up to the offices and get to know the other people that were there. And while I was doing all this background inking stuff, I found out that John Romita was starting a group to help in doing art corrections.
Okay.
So I heard that and I said, I got to try to talk to him and talk him into using me. And I did. and it worked out. I started working with him on doing art corrections. Other people came in also, but I was actually the first one in the group, which was called the Romita Raiders.
Okay.
And so I actually, really got to, talk to John every day, work with him and doing the correction work, working over maybe some of his stuff. Also, it was a great learning experience.
He mentions you in one of the end of the. He mentions the Romita Raiders on the bottom of, oh my God, you just gave me a flashback. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
And he mentions you in one of the issues that you guys worked on, and I was wondering what was he consistent of, and this is I'm sorry, it's just bringing me back full circle.
That's okay.
and he mentioned you, and you were part of that group. I was like, oh wow, because John Romita always liked to give credit when credit was due. Yes, that's one thing he was known for that in the business. And when I had an opportunity to talk to a couple of people that he knew about him, that's the one thing that they always say. He is a great soul, and he always gives credit when credit is due.
Absolutely, he's a wonderful gentleman. Absolutely incredible. Totally patient.
Yeah, that's another thing. I remember when people used to bring books to him, when I went to a show one time, people used to bring like 15, 16 books.
Oh my gosh.
And he would just sit there so patiently with them. You listen to their stories and not snap, and I'm like, yo, this man is patient of a saint. Because I cannot be like signing 15 books and you're trying to talk to me and keep signing and try to make the perfect signature for you, and then you keep asking me questions and I keep having to stop and go back. Okay, oh shit, I messed up. Yeah, but I was like, when you said that, I was like, wow, okay, I know what I gotta find that issue now. I have to find that issue.
Okay. Yeah. Please let me see it too when you do get it.
I have to dig. That's one thing I'm gonna dig, but I'm gonna find it. Believe me.
That kid's a little
Okay.
expensive over there with Leo. So so when you so it sounds like when you came aboard, you actually were kind of blessing. You met some good people along the way. And now today we have like all of these independents and people that are just dying to just do their own thing, create their own way in their own comic. So how does that make you feel? Like, because to me, to us, guys like you open the door for this industry for us. So so how does that feel?
It feels amazing. I don't really know what I did except that like I was just going in there and getting work.
You got your foot in the door, man. Hearing your name and knowing your work, it holds a lot of weight. It holds a lot of weight from upcoming.
But I'll tell you, it's absolutely incredible seeing all the new people that are out there. They have so many more roads to go to get into this business. I only had two. Back then, at the time, it's incredible. You can do it on the computer. You can still do it on paper, and put it out there. You get there are so many avenues now that it's great. And I'm really glad to see a lot of a lot of guys out there doing the independent stuff. That's fine. That's great. And it gets their name out there and gets their work out there and get noticed.
Right.
It's great. I feel good about it.
So I'm gonna put up some of your artwork in a second, but I mean for the young guys that are coming in now, what kind of advice would you give them about how to go about it, or
Wow, there's I'm sure it's now it's more ways of getting in. When I was doing it, I would try to make an appointment to see one of the editors up at Marvel. I actually made phone calls, or there was also right after I got out of School of Visual Arts, Will Eisner, who was my teacher. He made arrangements to let us get in there and show us stuff at some of the different companies, and it was good. My stuff wasn't really that great, when I was first showing it. But every time I went up there, they always told me something that I took to heart and brought it back home with me and worked on my stuff again and just kept working on it until that moment came where I was looking at Don Perlin and showing him my stuff, and he was looking at my stuff, and he, like a light bulb went off on his head, and I got my first job doing this stuff. So now for other people that are interested in doing it, wow, it's a different kind of situation. I would almost say you can go to the comic book conventions and show your work, especially the bigger ones that would usually have like the companies there, like Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image if they're there, Zenoscope, like all those different companies, and try to try to get an invitation that way to be able to show your work. They also do have portfolio tours too that they do at some of the conventions. You can go into a room and they'll look at your stuff. You can also show, and you can also show it to us. But we are not like the real, I guess, gatekeepers, to get you that job. It's in the past a little bit more. There was a little bit more of a chance of that happening, but now not so much. And I haven't really been up at the companies like Marvel and DC recently, and I've been to the Valiant offices way back. But you just have to be determined.
Yeah,
you have to be determined. They're going to tell you that they might tell you that the stuff isn't ready yet, or that we'll talk to you. You might not hear back from them, But don't get discouraged. If you really want to do this, you just have to keep on going. You just got to keep hammering. It's just basically being determined. And being good and listening. You listen to them when they talk to you, when you show them the stuff. Listen to what they have to say. Believe me, usually what they have to say is good stuff. But if there's certain things that you don't, like to hear, you can always disregard that, but keep whatever, you think might, pertain to you, maybe getting better, keep that,
right.
And I went home going, I go, but I didn't do that in front of them.
Exactly. It's your artwork. You put so much love into it.
Exactly. You think, I did it.
Yeah, exactly. You did it. You were there. So it's like it takes a lot of no's for you to get that one yes, but that one yes can change your life.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a fact. Like Erica Badu said it best. She said, "I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit." So,
exactly.
I get it. I think that the industry now is a lot more interesting too, because the technology's there in such a way now where how old was that kid? 15 that did the part of
the Lego movie. Yes,
he did the Lego part of the Spider-Verse. Is like 15 years old.
Wow, I didn't know that.
They found his work or whatever have you, or he presented it. Same thing. So in the beginning, that all the Lego parts of the Spider-Verse are him. And we said on this very podcast, I'm like, if these film companies were smart, they would start looking on social media, because a lot of us have great ideas, and you might find the next big whoever, just waiting to be discovered there. Yes. I see a lot of great artwork, a lot of great video and film and animators and all kinds of things. And that's what started this. Like, we need to do an artist spotlight to just talk to some of these people, find out what they're doing, how they're doing it, because we've seen some people do some things that we were just like, whoa, like, how did you?
These are people just doing it from home.
Yeah,
and it's just, and they're taking the time and the hours, because like I forgot who was the person who said it. Anybody who does 500 hours on one thing is going to be great at it.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You just got to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the results.
Yeah,
yes.
But you also have to be open-minded and be critical of your work. But when it comes to art, and when people take that time, like yourself, has put all that pencil time in. This is not digital time. This is real. Actual carpal tunnel is real, people. Because that's real pencil time.
Yeah,
that's real pen paper. Yeah. So it's not scanning the mouse around.
Yeah,
so this man is a professional at his work.
If you really don't love it, you're gonna find out then.
Exactly.
Yep. That's right. Yeah. There is suffering involved. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna find out then. But no, I think that's great. So I personally have seen you at like 100 Comic Cons. So can you tell the people what you're doing nowadays? What's going on?
Oh, well, right. Yeah, it's doing those 100 Comic Cons. I've done like maybe 30 in a year. Wow. I don't know how many I've done so far, but I get a lot of networking going there. I get my commissions there also, and that the fan base is absolutely incredible. I love those guys. They come and see me all the time, and and we talk about comics and movies and stuff like that. And it's fun. I do it here at home too, but they're really they're really into it, and I could just really
you guys sit around
do my geek out stuff.
Exactly.
Sit around the round table with the rest of the fellas, man. There's like 6 of us, man. We
could go for hours on any little subject about what's what.
Yeah, matter of fact, we have to pull Keith in on a podcast on Thursday. We have to pull him in.
Yeah, we have to pull him in. We just show him what the hell we always get into. Yeah. Oh, I got a quick question for you. What is the weirdest thing at a convention somebody asks you to draw? or ask you for a commission?
Wow. Jeez. Well, I would have people ask. One person asked me to draw their dog. It's like it's things that you're not expecting, or to do a portrait of somebody.
Okay.
I actually did a drawing. Of this little girl, and she was standing there, and she posed for me. She posed her face, and she kept it there, and I was like, wow. She's got a career. I sketched her. I don't usually do stuff like that. I'm always expecting like a superhero character or something like that. But then they told me,
you get hit with a curveball real quick.
What? But I try to do the best I can when situations.
All right, I got one more for you. What are your top 5 favorite characters to draw?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Okay.
Any genre.
All right. Well, Spider-Man.
Gotcha.
Batman. Thanos. I like doing Thanos.
Okay.
I enjoy doing She-Hulk. She-Hulk is great.
All right, you got me.
I love doing her hair.
Yeah, you got me.
And who else? Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
I seem to do her a lot. And who else? Did I say the Phantom?
No.
If I didn't, the Phantom. Yeah. Because that has a gigantic fandom base.
Oh yeah, since a lot of people didn't realize how big the Phantom is and how powerful he is until after the movie. The first movie did him justice, but then they started weakening him down, and then it was like, okay, come on. And then, but the comic books has him so bold and so. Reading the comics in that movie, it didn't do him that much justice.
Yes,
the comics do him the best justice of the Phantom because you get to know more history.
I love Billy Zane in the movie. Zane
did a good job.
Yeah, he did. It was a little comical.
Right.
And I see that back then, the producers I guess were a little bit afraid to make it a real serious.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess they didn't really know what they had, and they've seen Batman, like the '66 Batman.
Yeah. They're starting to realize now, finally.
Finally,
they're starting to realize that, hey, people, these characters are dark. These characters have feeling. They have emotion.
Yeah.
Show it to the people.
Now the thing is that I don't mind seeing the stuff that I read when I was a kid, like with the Fantastic Four or Batman, stuff like that, and especially like with the Marvel stuff where they would destroy New York every issue.
yes.
Damage Control had a lot of work on their hands, but so I don't mind that either when it's just fun and it's just fighting, and the heroes always fight each other first, and then they get together and then they go and fight the bad guy. I like those stories too, but they are getting more into the real life stuff that's going on out there. It's just like again, they're talking about issues that are happening today, just like if you watch the sci-fi movie or you watch Star Trek or something like that, it always has some kind of thing underneath it.
I'm still waiting for that Alpha Flight series. Give me something.
Do the Alpha Flight.
I would love to see an Alpha Flight series.
They need to do the Canadian stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And Wolverine. Bring in him. And have them over. I'd love that, man.
Yeah,
Sasquatch. I want to see them do Sasquatch.
They got to do it right, though, man.
They did Man Thing right now. Come on,
they did. That was great.
That was a good adaptation for the first time. I was like, wow, okay, I think it.
Michael Giacchino did the directing on that. And he's the guy that does music. He's
yes,
and it's incredible what he did. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm personally waiting for the Inhumans and whatnot. I just can't wait to see that one.
You mean the Inhumans? You mean done right?
Done the way it's supposed to be.
Not like the television, not like the television.
That tragedy.
Although I do thank them because the star of the show, he became Captain Pike on Strange New Worlds, and if that didn't fail, we wouldn't have had him on that. And I really do like him on Strange New Worlds. So thank you and your friends for
for messing it up, for giving me my great actor over here.
Thank you.
Oh, I got another question for you. What show do you think does the comic book justice in an adaptation and a TV show?
Wow. Wow. You mean now?
Any show that ever came out, any show that you think that did okay, this followed the comic book right, or this followed the adaptation right to the character?
I really like right now Superman and Lois.
Oh, okay.
I like it because they actually look like they took all the money that they left after everything else got canceled and said, "Oh, let's put it in this," and you got like this incredible super fight that they had,
Yes.
Going through buildings and everything. I'm going, wow, where did all this come from? Why didn't this happen in Supergirl? What happened?
That was my whole point about with Supergirl. They gave you such lackluster action.
Yeah. I mean, she's just as powerful as him, and they should have showed that. And I don't understand what the problem is like that with that. But even though I do remember seeing Batgirl on in the old Batman television series, and all she did was kick. Yeah, and it goes almost like the same thing with the Avengers with Emma Peel. Like she did some fighting, but it wasn't really. They were always trying to hold them back, and I'm like, I mean, she's Supergirl.
Let them go. Let them go. That's what I want. Let them go. Let them be what it's supposed to be.
Come on.
But we always cover the new comic book stuff. Anything that's going new, any new actors that we think that should be playing in the role. That's what we normally cover on Mancave.
Oh, Green Arrow. Green Arrow was good. I like Green Arrow.
Yes, I watched that one. Yes, I watched that one in Supergirl. This Batman and Lois. I mean, Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
that was good. That was a really good.
That was a good one. I liked it. Yeah. The other ones are good, but they started doing a whole mess of the like the teamwork stuff. They all had their background guys.
It was like the sidekick superhero show.
and I know they had to do that because for the stories and stuff like that. I guess.
Yeah.
I'd rather see the Flash figuring out things for himself and
like he does in the comic book.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a quick question for you. How did you like the Batman? The Batman. Yes.
That okay. All right. All the other Batman.
I want to know.
All the other Batmans were Batman. That was like Batman comics.
Right.
The Batman was Detective Comics, and this was him in his second year of being Batman.
Okay.
So I liked the idea. He was really creepy. It was really creepy at the beginning of the movie and everything. Him walking out of the shadows and stuff like that. I love that, and I love the interaction between him and Gordon. They're trying to figure themselves out. So it's like everything is new. The Penguin, the whole story. They incorporated more stuff with the Waynes, with Martha Wayne, like in her problems, with Arkham Asylum and stuff like that. So I see where they were coming from, and there was action, there was a lot of that stuff, and it showed the growth of Batman from becoming a vengeful person to becoming a person that was somebody that was respected and helped at the end. There was an arc that went in that movie. So I don't know how you guys felt about it. But I felt it was Detective Comics. So I said finally he's actually being a detective and not
yeah. Well, we mixed opinions on that movie.
The whole we were all like all over the place with that movie because we were just like we haven't seen an adaptation of Batman younger because DC has a thing with not telling like a story that the people want. The people want to see their Batman, Bruce Wayne, be the person that he's supposed to be and be okay. What do you want from me, detective? I solve the crime. There's a problem. I solve it. Getting this younger version of him, set people off. because okay, you don't know how to backglide. You're taking shotgun blasts to the face.
Yeah.
Oh, that was well, yeah.
I was like,
I'm wondering how that helmet was. Yeah.
exactly. And we were like, okay, you're taking it too far. But see, these are just little nits and pieces that we, as comic book, we know that we nitpick at certain things. Like, okay, I'm sorry, I haven't seen Batman take an adrenaline shot since God knows when.
Oh wow.
And you're 2 years in, and you're already taking one. Come on, bro. You ain't got bad knees yet. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I said. You ain't got bad knees yet. You don't need adrenaline yet.
I totally understand. I get
Yeah, my Batman would never do some of the things that he did. I just maybe it's just me, but yeah.
Like I said, I love Batman. He's always prepared. He's always, that's why I love him. This was a different showing of Batman. Can't wait to see what he does next, because then he'll be more experienced. Then you'll probably see, what's happening. Hopefully, they'll use somebody other than the Joker to deal with.
That's what we need. We need to get away from the same villains,
because it just feels like it's the same movie again, just a little different, but basically he's fighting the same guy every time you see him. And I did like I did like the Christian Bale one with the Joker, and that was really good.
But Heath Ledger and him, that was good.
Heath Ledger really was in the role. That was amazing. But you could stop now. You could move on. There are other characters.
Exactly. Let them get some shine. Let everybody else get some shine.
Yeah. I've been saying it about all of DC's characters, because it's like all they do is just like, oh, let's retell the story again. Like, yeah, because the other 1,000 times that you told me how he became Batman, I completely missed it. It went over my head. Yeah. So yeah, can we do it one more time again?
Yeah. They did actually. They played into it a little bit in the Batman movie, but they didn't show it. Thank goodness. And they kind of like moved on, but it still involved that. It was still the Waynes and everything that was going on with the Waynes and the things that pushed him to become Batman. Yeah. So hopefully, after this one, Matt Reeves will take it another step further and go away from that, just like the cartoons do. The cartoons are great. The Batman cartoons are fantastic.
That's what we praise the animation. Mm-hmm. I was like, if DC can get, you already had you have good luck with 89 Batman. Yes. You had good luck with Heath Ledger's the Joker, and you had that good trilogy going there. Okay. Right. Now start doing stuff from the animation, because you had so many different characters. You didn't just stick to 3 characters and say, okay.
Yeah, Clayface. Do Clayface, man. Yes. do Clayface. That
anybody else, I'm willing to take anybody.
Yes. But then you see, it's so weird that the cartoons do so much. I guess it's because they're cartoons. You could do more with like special effects and things like that. But their stories, DC knows how to do a good cartoon. And they had Dwayne McDuffie doing the stuff for Justice League Unlimited.
Yes.
Which was absolutely amazing.
Listen, I'll tell you what's crazy about Justice League Unlimited. I started liking Batman. I never really cared for Batman until Justice League Unlimited. His whole moxie, his take no shit attitude, that determination, I just like completely identified with that. I'm like, oh, Batman's my guy right now.
Oh yeah,
I love that. I contingencies for everybody in the room. Like,
okay. Right.
That's
he said, wait a minute, what's contingency for you? And he goes, you.
Yeah, I got all the angles. Oh man, I think that's really dope. So hey, listen, let's tell the people where they can find you, social media. What's your next con? Where can people catch up with you at?
All right. Well, social media. It's Instagram.com Keith Williams Comic Book Art. On Facebook, it's Keith Williams. I'll be the guy that has the Phantom ring. There it is.
Yeah, buddy.
You'll recognize it. Look for the Phantom ring.
Yeah, look for the Phantom ring. And my next show is going to be. Wait a minute. It's going to be not this weekend, but the weekend after.
I told you he does 100. He told you he does 100 shows. I thought we were kidding. Like,
okay, Eternal Con.
Oh, and, right here in Long Island, all right?
Yeah, that's going to be at Hofstra University.
Yeah, okay. You
That's
might see me there.
Oh, okay. All
I need to spend some money.
Hey, come on over.
Yeah, I'm trying to go find that Alpha Flight real quick.
Yeah, that's what I gotta find. I'm going digging. It's gonna take me a couple of days probably, but I'm gonna go digging.
Find that Alpha Flight real quick, and then you see that Eternal card.
Oh, and all the Mr. Williams information will be under the description of this book of the show. Sorry, it will be in the description, so you guys will be able to click and ask for commissions. Now, Keith, questions.
Yes.
Your commissions, they're full pages, half pages, or you just do whatever they ask you to do?
Well, I usually I have a list, and I can't remember right now. But you can do by 9x12s.
Okay.
You can have headshots. You can have head to chest bust shots, or full figure shots from 9 to 12, and then there's also 11x17 too if you want a bigger thing. You see the All-Star thing that I did. I do covers, so I could do full covers with the lettering and coloring on it. I could either do something that was already done, or if you want me to add something, done things like a Doctor Strange #1. I changed it to Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yes, we saw that. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
So I could do that in the coloring and all that stuff too. So if you want me to do something like that, I can do that.
Get your commissions in, man. Like I said, the information will be in the description below this video. And listen, Keith Williams, we want to thank you, man. Listen, like I told you guys, a legend, bro, a legend. We really appreciate you coming through and talking with us and whatnot.
Sure.
Hey, listen, we gonna catch up with you guys next time. Check out all the artist spotlights. You never know what you find. Make sure you get that commission from the great Mr. Keith Williams right there, man. And we gonna see you later on Mancave101 Podcast. It's your boy Big Chase and my bro. Say something, bro.
Okay. I'll be here. I'll be back. I'm in awe, man. I gotta let him sit over here. I'm sorry. I'm in awe over here.
Get me up because I need the Alpha Flight before I get to Eternal Card. Peace out. I'm gonna later, man. Mancave101 Podcast.